Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Xiongnu Campaign. Last time we took on a number of tribes on our borders, securing a slightly better borderland over in the Liang area, and expanding into the Modong area, securing, among other things, more of this region, which we did already have a little presence in down here. But this area up here is very, very easy to move into, and in fact we have some colonists coming in to take over the various unsettled areas around here, planning to move our capital over to Daxian Beishan. And I should note that in between these recording sessions, I deleted the fort at Hulun. I was trying to start a recording session and I deleted that fort, but I decided to restart because I lost my train of thought and was generally not having a great start to the recording session, so we kind of started over. So all that you've missed is I deleted the fort in Hulun, and I'm explaining that now that we're doing that, to move it over to Daxian Beishan. So that's the... I've tried my best to always include everything I do substantively in the game on camera, so whenever I do stuff off camera like this, I try to note it at the start of the episode and kind of explain that is what happened, so you're welcome for that. Whatever the case, things are in a pretty good spot because we've also secured our alliance with Qin. They actually are pretty pleased with us. This is not even a close situation at the moment. I was a bit worried that once we became their ally, they would be pretty quick to break their alliance, but honestly, it seems as though things are pretty solid. The main problem here is the AE, but it's already decreasing at a pretty good rate, and my thinking here is, on top of just maintaining this alliance with Qin and making sure there's no more problems down here, because Qin breaking their alliance with me would very much put me in danger, as they'd probably really not like me, although they would have a truce with me for quite a while, but I'm still not in a position to fight them despite being so large. At the end of the day, you have to look at the population numbers: 238 Hu Xiongnu for our levy, whereas they have 475 Chinese Qin for their levy. So they still have about twice our numbers or so, maybe a bit less than that, but overall their levy size is formidable, and they probably have a better composition as well. Heavy infantry, heavy cavalry types of units that I will struggle against with my largely light cav and horse archer style of army. Whatever the case, we're in a pretty good spot here to just try to let our AE decline. I think we've been hovering in the upper 30s, low to mid 40s area of AE for quite a while now, as we've been trying to get a bit more expansion here and there. Now that we've secured all the region splits we're going to get for quite a while, I guess technically we could get a region split in Shufang as well, and that might be something I consider looking into, although this guy is a vassal of Zhao, and Zhao is one of the Chinese kingdoms, and yeah, this would require a pretty substantial fight, which I'm probably not in a position to do because Zhao does border me in a couple spots. Yeah, we might be able to secure a Shufang region split as well. We will want to before the Qin fight at the very least, but that's not a huge priority at the moment. What I'm going to focus on is a couple of years of just pure AE loss. I think, again, like I was saying earlier before I got sidetracked, we've been in the upper 30s and low to mid 40s AE-wise in terms of where we've just kind of been resting, and I want that to get lower. I'm not saying we're going to go to 0 AE. I don't know if we'll ever be at 0 AE again in this campaign, given how aggressive we can be, but we definitely want to get at least down. I'm going to make my goal below 20 AE before we start doing wars again, so we're no longer as concerned about having to give up on possible war score targets or war score options because of the AE cost. That's just something I want to avoid happening in the future, since I have the option to stay at peace now for quite a while, and will also allow our manpower to build back up. I think what we're probably going to do more than the AE is look at our manpower as the ticking time bomb for going to war again. I don't want to hit my manpower max, so we're going to let that go up to probably about 15k and then start looking for a fight. And we'll probably get our next fight from our War Council in 480. I'm hoping we get a claim possibly on Lulan. I don't think we have a claim on them. No. Either way, we want to get claims on people that get us more into the Liang area. Wakeshu is another possibly good option. They'd bring in Whaley. Yeah, I think I'd like to get a claim on Wakeshu, actually. Either one is fine, honestly. Anyone that brings me multiple targets would be good as well. We do already have a claim. No. They have a claim on me. We will eventually need to fight Amerigia, but that's not a huge priority here. Whatever the case, all that being said, one more thing to note, the clan council situation. So I explained this last episode, but just to kind of reiterate, to clarify why I'm deciding to not do the clan council, all of the claims this would give me are claims of land that are either fully or partially held by Qin, namely Zhangye, and then the rest is further in Qin than that. And so because of that, there's actually no advantage to doing this now. And the only thing this would do is give Qin opinion malice because I have a claim on them, which I don't really need to be dealing with. I'm perfectly happy with Qin not having that malice. And I can certainly do this before the Qin War, but that's not going to be for quite a while, possibly a couple of decades if I can help it. So whatever the case, we're going to go ahead and just let this kind of rest. There's no need to try and do the mission tree right now when Liang is otherwise all entirely held by Qin. I wish I could have gotten the matter of Jiyu, but that's not in fact what we were able to get, so we're going to have to just roll with it. We don't really need the mission tree at the moment anyways, so with all that being said, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and unpause and let time continue. And I think, yeah, we can keep our forts at low pay because we have no real danger from anybody. Spread of ideas from Zhao. Very good. Getting real close to those advances here. Let's see here. How long until we're hitting this? 83. Okay, I think we're likely to get an advance before we actually get that natively. But getting some of those techs as a tribe will be great, especially if we're able to go ahead and go for that oratory tech that makes us lose 10 AE right away and reduces our AE impact, which would be quite nice. That's also pretty good as well. There's some good stuff for sure. We shall see what we get. But yeah, let's go ahead and just speed it up. And I think what we're going to do at this point is start saving up our money. I think that I need to start trying to maintain a sort of minimum treasury of a couple hundred gold in case there is shenanigans with the Chinese kingdoms. Our alliance with Qin does create some danger because Qin could and probably will fight the other kingdoms and draw us into that, and I would like to join those wars, both because I don't want to upset Qin and because I could potentially make a ton of money sacking these Chinese cities with their dozens and dozens of population. But in case there's some... Oh, speaking of which, let's see what we got here. Qin is fighting... where even is this? Kailan. Oh, they're down here. Okay, they're fighting Kailan, they're fighting Yilang, and they're fighting Bai. And I think these are three... Okay, Kailan and Yilang are Chinese... no, actually, hold on. They are settled tribes. They're settled tribes. All of them are tribes. Okay, it's just a tribal fight. So we'll join this war. Accept offer. Great. Military alliance honored. The Chinese, major power of Qin, is only just worthy of our support in their war against Kailan, Yilang, and Bai. We are now at war with them. Okay. All right. Qin will surely be pleased with this. Yeah, so that's fine. So even though we're going to be at war, we're not going to be looking to gain any AE from this war. I'm not even going to really send anybody for this. And the thing is, these are all a bunch of tribal goobers, so there's not going to be any sack potential down here. And you know me, when there's no sack potential, I'm not coming. That's my strategy for this game and my dating life. All right. This is the stupidest joke I've ever made in my life. And sometimes I wish I could edit these videos, but I guess I could edit them, but I choose not to. I let everything that I say and do be revealed to the world. Barbarians in Shui. All right. I guess we're being told about this because we border Shui? Okay. Finish the first conscription camp over here. Good, that's going to boost up our manpower even further. Civilize friends. Okay, we've seen this event before. We don't need to read this again. Their ways are not our ways. Get some reduced centralization. Nearing minus 100 centralization. That is pretty cool. And yeah, I think another thing that I didn't really talk about last episode, but I've been thinking about, is that I may actually stay as a migratory tribe for as long as I possibly can. I need to stay as a migratory tribe until I fight Qin, because Qin holds the rest of Liang, which I need to become a steppe empire. But there's so many military advantages from being a migratory tribe. Really, I might even stay a migratory tribe after I'm able to become a steppe empire, because becoming a steppe empire will lose me a lot of tribesman output advantages, which is where most of my manpower is coming from. So I really need to be not only able to become a steppe empire to do it, but I need to be in the right situation to do it. And I think the main thing that's going to need to happen is I need to be unafraid of any of the Chinese kingdoms retaliating against me for coming into China. That's the main thing. So I need to make sure that I'm strong enough without my tribesman bonuses to still take on folks like Qin. All right. All right, let's see. We send one over here. And then down here, or let's go over here first. One over here. And And then up here is 2, and then 1. Send them up. Up here. And then the rest of you presumably come down here. 1 and then 2, okay. Sorry for all this unit micro, but it has to happen. I feel like part of what I appreciate about my own style of playing this game is I feel like it's very honest. Like, I'm showing you everything that I do in the game. And so I feel like people with grand strategy games that aren't into the genre already, they have a hard time, like, really getting into it because of how much downtime there is. But that's a part of the game, you know? It's something I don't want to skim over or ignore or, like, downplay. You know, actually, us being at war is going to reduce our AE loss, which is potentially kind of a problem, but it's not too bad. Our AE loss is still pretty good because of our Arbiter and our Tyranny. Yeah, having higher Tyranny reduces your AE loss, which is something I forgot about before, but I actually was reading a comment unrelated to this video on the subreddit about someone talking about AE, and yeah, that is how that works. So let's also go ahead and move the capital over here. Should be fine. We could also dedicate more holy sites if we were so inclined. Possibly. Oh, I need to be at peace to do that. Okay, that's fine. I'll still fortify this because I will move the capital here in the future. So let's get that set up here. Trade for... Actually, we're already... I forgot to stop trading for stone. Oops. We'll switch the stone trade after I do this. Build the fort in Dakshan Beishan. That's probably the best spot in the province, like I talked about before. And then we'll switch off the stone trade. Oh, the vegetable trade as well. Let's, yeah, we can get our trades fixed up here. And yeah, let's trade for, oh, I really want honey, but I only have access to 1 copy of honey. Maria may have multiple copies. Maria does have multiple copies, all right. Yes, I can get the, honey is one of the best resources in the game for the +3 dip rep. That's gonna really help with our, well, it won't help our AE loss, but it's gonna supplement our AE loss. Okay. And honey is also, like, sort of valuable at 0.4, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I think last thing we'll trade for is, let's see, any reason to do anything too creative? Not really. I think we'll just trade for gemstones. Is there by chance another gemstone trade? Let me cancel one of my gold trades. No. Mario only had 1. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, a lot of our trade is with Maria. Actually, I think all of our trade is currently with Maria. So one target, one target, holy moly, I hope I'm not saying this in like the diplomatic room where they can hear me. One other nation in this game, let's not call them a target quite yet, that I definitely don't want to mess around with is Maria. I'm actually more concerned about Maria than Qin at this point, although Maria is nowhere near me, so I'm not like scared of them currently, but I don't think I'm in a position to take on Maria even once I'm further into the mid game. I'd rather keep trading with Maria because they have a lot of resources down here. We will eventually want to make it over here, but definitely our focus is going to be up here securing this steppe area stuff. Alright, you get up there. Hope that Qin finishes off this war pretty quick. Looks like they probably will. Doing some sieges manually. Love that. Jisu falls ill. Jisu Luandi is sent word that he has fallen ill. Perhaps if he is wealthy enough, we will seek treatment of his own volition. Otherwise, we could always step in if his condition worsens. He gains Mantagra once again. I think he's had that before as well. Hold on. Oh, I didn't move you before. Whoops. Okay. Fix that. Let's hope that Jisu recovers from that. We shall see. Get up here. There we go. Yeah, one problem we may have is Qin being at war frequently. I guess we'll see what they end up doing. All right. There we go. Yeah, I still don't know. It's possible the game thinks this is like a water tile, and so it's not filling it in. It doesn't seem to be affecting my name placement that much, so I'm not too bothered by it. But in the future, if this makes my name place in a weird way, it might be because of Yan's territory. They're being destroyed by a huge barbarian horde. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Jianbei. Alright, that's not my culture. Sounds a bit like my culture, but it does not. Actually, they're coming into my territory now. I think that's probably fine. I don't mind more population being added over here. That's perfectly fine. And the civ level's so low, I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. They can add more pops. Decrease civ value is not a big deal. Civ value over here is so low anyways. Doesn't really make a big difference. Oh, I just, I don't know what that pop-up was, but I just closed it by accident. I was trying to exit out of the other thing. Dahe and Civil War ends. Interesting. Let's see what's going on over here with Dahe. Actually, Wake Shoe wants furs. Dahe's doing pretty good. Over here, okay. Looks pretty similar to when I looked over here before. The Asili kids are doing better than they should be doing for this stage of the game. And Ptolemaics, of course, are doing crazy good. How's Menopia doing? That's the real question. Oh, he's so old. Yeah, not doing anything too crazy. Yeah, looks fine to me. Okay, and then let's see here. Yeah. All right. Oh, Lulan is being taken on by Whaley. That's actually probably good, because this means if I get the claim on Wakeshu or Whaley, it'll be easier to take on all that territory at once. The Dugu have long been proponents of increasing the central authority of Xiongnu. They argue that we have waited far too long and that to build a stronger country, we have to leave some of our tribal roots behind. I mean, I think you've waited a bit long to make this comment. If we are only willing to band together in larger cities, or speaking at length of all the great things we can do together, if we are only willing to band together in larger cities, Chenli Dugu has collected quite an impressive group of supporters backing him. Now they are demanding that we start working on the infrastructure needed to support such an undertaking. No, I'm not going to do that. In fact, one thing I might do is change more laws. We do have access to the last set of options here. We've had this actually for quite a while. Honestly, I don't even know if either of these are worth it, but we will probably be a migratory tribe for longer than I had planned, so it is probably okay. In fact, I could potentially even grab one of these. Will give me more centralization, but for example, grabbing barter economy plus 0.05 monthly centralization is manageable, and once we get to negative 100, we can get enough centralization gaining to still be in the negative for monthly tick, and that should be fine, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Once we're at negative 100, it won't matter if we're slowed down and losing it, because we'll be at negative 100. And I think actually at the moment, although monthly civ change is pretty good, my civ like max across my nation is extremely low because of centralization. Or rather, because I don't have centralization. Having centralization increases your civ max. So I think that what's going to matter more, because I would like civ level, but that's not feasible at the moment until we become a steppe empire, is national commerce income. And I think this is perfectly manageable. In fact, yeah, this is the best we can do, because we can't get up to plus 10 centralization realistically at all. So let's see how much we get from this. So we're at 6.78 at the moment. Let's adopt the barter economy statutes. Domestic trade is a subjective matter. As long as all parties are content with the deal, then we see no reason to step in. Nonetheless, we should legislate for a system of good practice when engaging in barter trade. Such agreements are notoriously difficult to tax, however. And then, yep, that's fine. Stability drop. This is still manageable. And then on the monthly tick, we'll see how much of an effect that has from 6.78 to something else. Wow, that had a big effect. 6.78 to 7.68. Is that really what the change was? I'm like kind of dyslexic, so I don't know. Either way, that's a noticeable increase in our monthly income from that. That's pretty good. This war is apparently not, this has no current amount. Hold on. No, there is a war score. It's just not showing it to me for some reason. I don't know why. 21 war score, that seems accurate. Yeah, they're about to get much more once they finish sieging that stuff down. Okay. here. Yep, this is all correct. Yep. And then this, Modong. Now that I've got all this stuff, I should... Because these are all Xiongnu. No, hold on. They're not all Xiongnu. Oh, it's like a mix of Xiongnu and non-Xiongnu. Okay, fair enough. Okay, with Modong, I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to cultural assimilation. And then this is all correct. Jihai, for some reason, has a lot of religion's wrong. What's the problem? Is it tribesmen or slaves? Who knew? Hold on, let me look at it like this. No, that's not helpful. Oh yeah, there's just a fair number. Let me look at this again. For Jihai, it might be worth switching this over to religious conversion, especially because this is such a core area. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get to converting over here. And then yeah, down here, this is fine. So we're leaning very hard into assimilation, I mean. And one thing we could also do with that in mind is actually switch off of appeasing stance. It will cost a bit more PI because Jisu has switched to appeasing stance before. It costs 33. And I talked before about potentially switching to supremacist stance. Now what would this do for us? So it would reduce our AE decay, which would have a noticeable effect, although once we're in peacetime it won't be as big of a deal. Our ally will like us a bit less, and others within range will like us a bit less. I think because we're planning to be very peaceful for as long as we can, I can now safely switch to supremacist stance. I think I'm going to be able to manage my AE enough, as long as I'm not gaining more AE very fast. Yeah, I think we're fine to do it like that. So 33 PI, we will get that. You are Jianbei. Another call to arms? What? Another war? What is this? They're attacking Voodoo. Oh, what? What happened here? Was this here before? I don't remember this being here before. Did you release a nation? Did they ever? Oh, they must have had a rebellion. I think this is a province. Yeah, I think they had a rebellion. Yeah, Voodoo rebellion against Qin. Yeah, I'll join your war against your rebels. That's fine. No, that's not the button I want. Accept offer. All right. And is this a city? No, it's not a city. I was thinking maybe I could like run over here and do some cheeky sacking, but I don't think that's very feasible. Yeah, not really. I'll let Qin deal with it. Qin has the numbers to deal with it by themselves. Yeah, Qin's just not going to let me be at peace. Oh man, that is what it is. Yeah, we're going to switch to appeasing stance, or not appeasing. We're going to switch to supremacist stance. Okay, these I think are Xiongnu. Yeah, Xiongnu barbs. That's fine. Add more Xiongnu pops, please. I invite you to add more. Oh, Amberigia had a revolt. You're like the world's most isolated nation, and you can't manage your own internal politics. That is embarrassing. Sheesh. All right, barbs are spreading more Xiongnu. I am happy with that. That is fine by me. No problems there. Conscription camp is done. Good. Good stuff. I might even add more Xiongnu in here, honestly. More Xiongnu tribesmen. Sure, why not? I have the room for it. Yeah. I think I spread them out before to buffer this area up from being what do you call it, depopulated. But if this area is being sieged by an actual army, not barbs, because barbs don't depopulate. If this area is being sieged by an actual army, I'm in much bigger trouble, so I think this is probably fine. Centralize them into Longcheng to boost up the manpower effect even more. 12 manpower just from Longcheng. That's pretty good, given how decentralized we are. All right, Qin, if you can just finish your wars pretty soon here so I can... You're being sieged at your capital? Wow, that's embarrassing. What level fort do you have? Is this a level 1 fort? Oh no. Sheesh. Stability dropped. What? Why did my stability drop? Okay, maybe I misread that event. I'm not paying attention today. Whatever the case. Oh my gosh. Chin, you gotta get it together. This is not good. Where's your army? Oh, it's... Did you lose a fight to someone? What are you doing? Okay, all of your army is down here. Okay, you're almost done with the siege. I think you'll be fine soon. I hope. Jeez. All right. Down below 30 AE. Pretty good. All right. I think we need 33, so let's wait until August. Here we go. All right. Oh. Okay, well that was a bit weird. There was just a cut there because my game crashed to desktop, which is not something I often see with Imperator Rome. Love that. And we got sent back, I think about 2 months or so. So I don't think anything was substantially lost there. So let's just resume going back up to 33 PI now after that weird issue. Hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come with this game's stability, but I think we should be okay. Let's give Qin military access as well to boost our relations with them even further, just to be thorough. But yeah, that would be, hoping that there's not going to be any more stability problems in this episode. I'll have to edit that in Premiere, which is great. All right, 1st of August, here we go. Now we can go ahead and switch to Supremacist stance, which I think is going to make the most sense for us. So increase our pop assimilation, because we're doing assimilation over so much of our nation right now. This is absolutely worth it. And there's not another stance that increases conversion, so the assimilation stance is going to be the best. Plus, every year, I guess, there's a chance one pop in the capital region assimilates. So if I just keep track of that and make sure there's always one non-Xiongnu pop in the capital every year, that will be handy. I guess I could switch this on October 1st of 780 so that this is timed up. So I think let me actually do that. Actually, yeah. Actually, I'll switch it to October 1st of this year and do it then. So that way, October 1st, if it counts year by when I click it, that way every October 1st it's checking, which is a date that I'm always aware of. Or if it counts every start of the calendar year, January 1st, it won't matter anyways, so it's fine to go a little bit longer with that not being the case. Calm tribes. The ongoing war has meant that most of our unruly tribesmen are no longer home to cause trouble. Yeah, my levies are really, raised right now. They're really not there. Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. No one's at their homes. Everyone's in Qin, for sure. That's definitely happening. Tribal feuds have been put to rest, at least for now, and things in general are more stable than is common. This may be a good time to resettle some of our peripheral tribes to the center of our country where we can keep them under better control and use them to control older clans. Ooh, wow, okay, this is really good. So this is a pretty good option. I would probably gain 1 centralization for 6 stability. That's a good trade. This is even better. 6 stability and 95 gold. Wow, this is a really good event, and it's just for being in this stupid war in Qin. All right, why rock the boat? We can just enjoy the tranquility. Stability increase. All right, that is pretty good. And then 1st of October, we'll pause and switch our thing. Oh, it paused anyways because there are barbarians somewhere. I wish I had noticed where it said they were. I'll get a notification about that later. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Diplomacy, appeasing stance to supremacist stance. All right, so in theory now, it'll either be 1st of January it'll happen, or 1st of October it'll happen, and those are both times that are fine. All right, we've changed diplomatic stance to supremacist stance. A supremacist diplomatic stance means that our people hold themselves above all others, increasing the rate pops will assimilate to our primary culture. Good, that's going to speed up our assimilation happening in most of our nation right now. It is, yeah, if you look, it's largely cultural assimilation across the board, or conversion, which will then lead into cultural assimilation once enough have been converted. Loyalty-wise, we may be starting to have some trouble as well. Let's see. These are all probably manageable. We're converting as fast as we can, yeah. This place is 0% Xiongnu presence. Whatever the case. What's this event here? Tutor needed. Jiang Jetu Nu Hu Luandi has finally come of age, when her may begin her studies. Now would be a good time to direct her studies in order to benefit the state the most. This is my daughter? Come of age? She's 12. I don't know if she's come of age. Not so sure about that. Okay, sure. Good to know. Oh, actually, no. I think it's saying she's come of age to get a tutor. Maybe that's what that was trying to communicate. Who knows? Very mysterious. I do have... Yeah, my two oldest kids are twins? Fraternal twins? They're both 30-year-old men, and then I have my daughter, who's 12. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whatever the case. Let's keep going. Here they are. Okay. That's a pretty big group, led by Xiongnu, so I'm not too concerned. Actually, yeah, spread Xiongnu population over here, please. I am very happy with that. In retrospect, I probably, back when I was fighting Yueshi a couple episodes ago, I probably didn't need to pay off those barbarians, because they might have been Xiongnu barbarians. I didn't look at that very closely, and I could have potentially saved some money. Okay, these guys took all this stuff in that peace deal. The Chinese major power of Qin accepts the deal in the following terms. Bai Zhengke to Qin. Bai becomes a tribal vassal of Qin. Okay, they're making some... They actually made all three of them tribal vassals. Interesting. Yilang Shushi to Qin. Yilang Zhangke to Qin. Yilang becomes a tribal vassal of Qin. Kailin Wuling to Qin. Kailin Zhangke to Qin. And Kailin becomes a tribal vassal. Okay, now it's just this rebellion, which should be over pretty soon. I think, yeah, Qin's bringing their armies back over. They're going to be perfectly fine. I think our opinion with them is now maxed out, so that's pretty good. Yeah. So as long as this is at 200, we don't need to worry too much. Ooh, martial group available. Naval construction, that's fine. And we're making our way down here and to get to this, so... Yeah, if Jisoo himself can survive long enough to be our actual war leader for the Qin fight, that would be pretty legendary. He'd be very old by that point. I'm not 100% sure he'll make it because he's already in his mid-40s, which for this time period is getting on the older side, but we shall see. His martial is still certainly pretty good. Honestly, he's definitely had he's really proven himself in this campaign. He's the real legend. You know, he's up there with, like, you know, I guess they're not in the lore yet, but like in the future, people like Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, all those folks, and then we've got Jisoo Luandi, the great tribal master of the Xiongnu, Lord of the Steppes. They'll come up with some fun titles for him, I'm sure. The beating of hooves. Speaking of the steppes, in the far-flung lands where the wild Scythians ride, there are rumors of war. A bright star has appeared, promising the Dahe a new home amongst the lands to the south. Oh, this is the Dahe migration event. Messengers from all around the world, all around, bring word of preparations in the steppe. We would be wise to consider our situation. Even the stoic Greek kings should fear this threat, and an invasion of the promised magnitude has the potential to destabilize the world as we know it. Our eyes shall remain on the horizon. Okay, so Dahe is going to go a bit crazy here, potentially. I mean, they'd mostly be fighting the Seleucids. I think Parthia is a Seleucid feudatory. Yeah, they're a satrapy. So, I guess the Dahe could try, but, I mean, I don't think they're strong enough to fight the Seleucids. I mean, good luck if they do. That's pretty interesting. Gives me some hope for my campaign. Whatever the case. Alright. Alright, this should almost be done. Once this is done, we're going to quickly go ahead and do everything we need to do at peacetime. Minor addendum for some stability. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Crisis in Qi. The recent death of the Qi ruler has caused a great deal of political disturbance in the country. Eager to take advantage of the situation, numerous lackeys, pretenders, and legitimate claimants to the throne have risen up to bear arms against the newly crowned king, Di I Gui. As the nation of Qi is of interest to us, it might be that we could exert certain influence over the more rowdy pretenders in the hopes of plunging their nation into further turmoil. Ooh, Pretenders in Key can be interacted with. Okay. Who are the pretenders to Key? How do I see this? I'm not sure how this works. I might get events or something. I don't know. I could try to interfere in Key, but I want to keep staying at peacetime, so I'm going to not do anything at the moment. Continue building up my resources. Come on, you're almost there. Just do an assault, please. I beg of you, AI. Learn about how to do assaults. You're going to save so much time, and you're going to manpower as well, because you're standing around in the attrition. Scythian Civil War is over. Good stuff. Yeah. So far, the stability has been better since I reopened the game. Hopefully, that continues. I guess we shall see. Plundering my land, that's fine. They're just adding more population over here, which I'm perfectly happy with. Those are productive, happy pops they're adding, so I see no reason to be too concerned about that. And province loyalty-wise. Okay, this is manageable. Fortress up there is done. This is manageable. This isn't manageable. It's probably not manageable. Yeah, once you're at minus 0.20, there might be issues. Let me look over here. Yeah, how's the religious conversion? 83. I don't know if I can wait that long. 85. More barbs? What? Oh my gosh. How many barbs are there? Okay, these are Xiongnu barbs, so again, that's fine. And these are Jai Beige barbs, but they're going the other direction, so that's fine. Okay. Man, this barbarian. This barbarian invasions all over the place. I thought I was the barbarians. Come on. Alright, finish your war. Finish your war, please. Finish the war. Finish the war. Let me move my provincial capital, please. Come on. You have 100 war score. Finish the war. It's friggin' AI. I think it's going to be on the monthly take is when they finish the war. The wrong local power of Voodoo accepts peace. Okay, there we go. War's finished. Now, before these monsters, I was about to call them monsters. Before these goofballs bring me into another war, let's go ahead. Move the provincial capital up here. Now it's fortified. That's good. Any other capital moving I want to do around here? Not necessarily. Yeah, not really. I think we're fine everywhere else. Any non-step? Oh, this is hill style. I might make north... now that South Jinshan does not need to be a frontier, like this is not gonna... This is more in my back now. I might move the provincial capital over here to North Duatanling and actually make this a city in the future. It's in a pretty weird spot, but it's in a hills tile. It's got a river. This is the best kind of city I'm going to get access to over in this area. So I think because I haven't fortified this yet, and a fort here has better coverage with the Kokorba fort. And this area definitely is going to have to be a mountain fort because it's all taiga and mountains. This is hills technically. Still got good fort coverage though. Yeah, but this mountain fort makes sense. Okay, let's actually do that. Let's move the capital over here. And for what it's worth, I think I might actually build a couple of forts. Well, I don't know if I need to do that. Maybe. I got this fortified. I should probably have a fort over here. I guess this is my best fort in the area. Like that fortified. Fortified down here. I should probably fortify Guangxi. Yeah, actually, how about this? I think I actually should... Well, I don't have any PI at the moment. That's the problem. Let me build a fort in Guangxi so that my frontier is fully fortified everywhere. And then from there, we're going to start saving to build cities. I think we're going to do it like that. So let's trade for stone for a moment. Where's my capital? Here it is. Okay. Trade for stone. down here. Yeah, this is the best spot. This is definitely the best spot. Okay, now stop trading for stone. And switch over to gemstones again. In fact, one thing I might want to do is get a stone surplus here. So I've got stone around here somewhere. It's down here. I think I should build a mine down here and move slaves in, get an extra copy. Actually, I get an extra copy just from the mine. Yeah. Okay, let's trade for stone again, just temporarily. Then we'll get stone permanently. So I don't have to do the stone trade every time. It'll ultimately save me some money and time. We trade for stone. And then down here, we want to build... Where is it? Build the mine. And then we trade back for gemstones. And then we'll have stone, the stone surplus permanently, which will just be easier for me to remember. Trade for gemstones again. All right. There we go. Glad we figured that part out. Yeah, and I can move slaves in here eventually to get a surplus of stone to sell. But I can just get a surplus of stone from the building itself, because this is a modded change. Okay, I think we're fine. Okay, my tribal chief, where outreach discovered the Chinese major power of Qin has canceled the military access they gave to us. What? Why? Oh, at peace, okay. Okay, I think the AI just doesn't like to give military access when they're at peace. Okay, that's fine. No need to be concerned. Not actually a big deal. Alright. Maria wants to buy my fish. Sounds good. Granaries raided. Where? Somewhere helpful, please. North Beishan. Where's North Beishan? Here it is. Actually, yes, extremely helpful. That's super, super good timing. Loyalty, North Beishan. Any of these would be fine. That's too much manpower for this right now. Loss of loyalty would be manageable. Gain loyalty would be even better. He's a little old. Yeah, I'll just pay for it myself. That's fine. And that's pretty good. That bought us a bit more time. Yeah, I think as my tyranny goes down, loyalty will get a bit better. And I think as well, as my stability goes up, it'll get better as well because of population happiness. We want to have high stability for as long as we can here. Okay. That's fine. These guys are just Xiongnu barbs. Nope, hold on. Other way. Yep. And these guys are Xiongnu barbs. More Xiongnu population. That is not a problem for me. Yeah. Alright, Whaley took over everything. Yeah, so at this point, I think what I want for my war council in a month is a claim on Wixu. That's going to seem like kind of a waste. Oh, what? Again? Okay, before we accept this, anything else we need to do during peacetime? I don't think so. We've already changed our thing. We've already changed our capital. I think we're fine. Alright. Xiongnu. What's this war? Qin is fighting Xiongnu. Where's Xiongnu? Oh, down here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That'll make Qin like us quite a bit as well. That should be perfectly fine. They're coming for sushi. Sounds delicious. That's a very delicious war target. Love that. Alright, 1st of October. Oh. Okay. Omen, we're going to go ahead and call on Akana once again. You'll be shocked to hear. Just of all the other options in terms of selectables or invocables, Akana just is hands down the best. So call on Akana once again. Okay. Yep. And then let's go ahead and do our war council. Not expecting anything too good here. So what I hope to get is a claim on Wixu or a claim on Whaley, although I don't think I can because Whaley isn't my neighbor. The Amerindian Revolt I don't care about. A claim on Yan could be good. Really, I have a couple good options. We'll see what we get. I think the Wakesu claim would be the most, the best for my kind of plans at the moment. Let's see, some of the War Council. Okay, after traveling for many days, the proud members of the Xiongnu War Council are gathered together in Longcheng, ready to discuss the waging of war on new foes. Hunched over the broad table, Cheli, the author of several tactical treatises, Tumen, a well-known rogue and philanderer, and Tingu Shizhuhuodi, an advisor of uncertain standing, opine loudly on their chosen course of action. Barbed insults begin to fly, as our advisors feint and deflect with consummate skill, each showing their prowess in political discourse. Ultimately, no compromise can be made, and we are left with three distinct directions. Cheli wants to fight Nanhe. Who? Oh, okay, Nanhe is up here. Two-Man wants war with Yan, okay. Which really means, by the way, war with Yan and Qi. That's so this is not super feasible at the moment. I guess we could do a giant war with Qi, but I don't think that's really a good idea. Nanhe is a much better option. Or war with Qi. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Nanhe option here. That's good as well because Cheli currently has the lowest loyalty of all these characters, so this is pretty ideal. We didn't have a claim on Nanhe earlier, so if we want to go get some more stuff up here, I guess we could make our way into the Daxian Beishan East area. So let's get the claim on Nanhe. That's fine. All right. Good stuff. And then also up in my capital province area. 100%. Okay. So we have two dinglings at the moment. Let's check back on the 1st of October, 481, and see if one of those dinglings has converted over. Probably they should. Or they might. We'll see. Either way, I think we're good to just resume. Yep, we're going to keep just taking it easy. I think because of all these wars we've been in, we have to wait a bit longer for our AE to continue lowering. But yeah, we're at negative 100 centralization. Perfectly fine. Save up our PI. Yeah, I think at this point, my plan with spending money and PI, I'm going to save up PI for now. I'm going to start building cities. I think that I could keep waiting until I'm a step empire to really start building cities, but I can't wait any longer. I've got to start de facto centralizing a little bit as we are now at a point where we do have large populations just kind of in need to be organized and given better output modifiers. We've done that in Longcheng with our conscription camps, and that's helping out quite a bit, but we can do this elsewhere as well. And I think some pretty good city locations, or at least good for the territory I'm working with, is Bayanur is pretty good. This is a hills tile with a river, so that's going to be one of our better options around here. So Bayanur is pretty good. Harabumin is good. It's hills, and I think it has fresh water because of that lake. It does. Is Bayanur in the alpine climate? I guess this doesn't matter that much because we're all in the alpine climate. And then, what else? Other spots that would be good. Not really too many to work with around here. North Duatanling is also a pretty good spot for the same reason. And then Zhaohe could be good, although it's mostly peopled by folks that are not Xiongnu. One thing I could do is set up a colony in Zhaohe, and that might help with the loyalties. I'll move Xiongnu population in there. I'm not sure if that would actually help with the loyalty or not. But because it's an oasis, it probably would be a good idea to give this a try. What's the most prominent culture? It's the Jushi. So let's set up a Jushi colony. I haven't done any colonies in this campaign, although I do normally do them just because I'm playing so wide. I haven't really wanted to mess around with colonies for now, but let's go ahead and give this a go. Found a colony in Zhaohe. Yep, that is the right location. Okay, Beishan. Okay, that's one problem. Beishan will become disloyal. However, Beishan, well, maybe bringing in disloyalty is not a good idea. Let's hold off for now. Maybe that's why I didn't want to found a colony before. That's probably the reason I decided not to do it before. Yiwu is okay. It is hills. It looks like desert hills, but it is just hills. No river though, so that's less pop capacity. But it's actually in the arid climate, not in the cold climate, so it has slightly better pop capacity than being in the alpine climate. So Yiwu is another decent spot. And then aside from that, anything else around here? Not really. Our options are limited. This is a hills tile, technically, but I don't know if this is going to be permanently the provincial capital. Maybe it will, actually, yeah. Xiongnu Z. And then Langshu is also pretty good. So I think we're going to plan... Let's first plan to make Bianur a city, because this is right next to my capital. So this is another good spot to make a city right in my core. So let's start saving up PI and money for that. And that's going to be... Let's see. Yeah, that's manageable. 375. That's definitely manageable. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and resume. I'm not 100% sure what my timer is at now because of having to restart the recording with my weird game crash situation. So I'm just gonna sort of hope that I'm timing this right now. Barbs are doing some stuff. That's fine. Lower my centralization level. You're gonna find there's not much to lower, but go for it. I won't stop you. More barbs. More... Oh, those are not Xiongnu barbs. I guess I could react to this. I could just pay them off. I could raise the Mobe levy over here, and it'd probably be close enough. But I have to raise their... The thing is, the cost of actually lowering output to raise the levy payment might not be worth it. I think it's actually probably fine if these guys spread... Well, no, hold on. I'm wrong about that, because this is an area I'm trying to assimilate in. Oh, it's actually already fully assimilated. Actually, I don't want these guys to add more population. Okay, never mind. Let's pay them off. It's kind of expensive, but I'm not going to be able to get my army raised and able to attack them in time without the army taking giant losses, because I won't be at full morale, and they're going to add more population that I'd have to assimilate, so I'm just going to pay them off. They can go add their population elsewhere. This is an area of 100% Xiongnu, so I need to make sure to not have any new population added. So that's like the one situation that paying off barbs is really called for, because I wouldn't be able to stop them from adding non-Xiongnu population over here, screwing it all up. All right. Where are you all going? All right. 18.5K. Pretty good. Pretty good. I could colonize Yumen. It's not worth the stability to do a migration for that. Let's just let things continue to get better. Also attack non-hay, but we'll keep waiting. That's fine. Yeah, I think let's tentatively plan to wait until 458 or sorry 455 to oh my gosh, no, 485, not 458 or 455. 485 is the year I'm trying to say here. Let's wait until 485 to go to war with non-hay and start coming into this area here. Yeah, I guess I'll have to get a claim on Wakeshu myself or on Emerigia. Actually, I already have a claim. No, they have a claim on me. I need to attack Wakeshu. Yep. Let's go ahead. No, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Let's wait and maybe do one city building and then focus on war with Wakeshu. Well, hold on, no. Manpower is gonna get up there. Let's wait until we're at 16.5K, so we've got 2K manpower to go, and then we'll start doing a claim on Wakeshu. Let's do it like that. That's probably the best way to do this. All right. So far, so good. Barbs are spreading people in my nation. Sounds good to me. Speed this up. Yeah, the campaign's in a pretty good spot right now. I haven't had a game go this wide in quite a while. A venomous tongue. The governor of Monong is a particularly weasel-like man, a fact that is making itself clear now more than ever. He's begun stirring up the people of his governorate, perhaps hoping to challenge our rule. Unfortunately, he is well regarded in this locale. Our response must be made with care. Ooh, I do not need Monong losing this much loyalty right now. Shoot. Okay, that's a lot of loyalty loss. I guess I could imprison him. The thing is, this event isn't indicative of the general status of this character. His loyalty is actually fine. So this event isn't based on his actual low loyalty. His loyalty is actually perfectly fine. I just have to eat this. Monong currently has positive trending loyalty, so I need to just be glad it's not somewhere with more serious loyalty problems. Could have been worse. That's a sure thing. Oh, Yan is fighting... No, Yan is still allied with Qi. They're fighting the Qi revolt. Okay, I got kind of excited there. The moment Yan is diplomatically isolated, I gotta just go for them, because this is an area of my borderlands that I want to get linked up here. But while they're protected by their big buddy in the south, Qi, I can't do too much. That's fine. Alright. Those barbs up there are done. I think our barbs have largely exhausted themselves spreading population in my territory. 2 dinglings still. On the 1st of October of this year, let's see if we have lost one of those dinglings. It's not guaranteed because it is a 75% chance, but if that is the case, that's pretty good. Amerindian Civil War ends. Okay, that's an actual Civil War message that does matter to me, so glad to see it. Alright. Spread of ideas from Qi. Oh, alright. We've got ourselves some innovations, and we're going to have to take a look at this at the start of the next episode. I think we're at the time limit. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to find out once I have to put the video clips together. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Xiongnu Campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.